welcome to Stampers Club today. Today I'm going to show everybody how to make this really cute little ornament that's featured on the cover of our holiday catalog this year. Let's get started on how you actually make this little ornament here. And you do need to have the Big Shot, which I have out here. And when I stamped mine, I've already kind of got it started. When I stamped mine, just to make it a little bit easier so you're not having to crank so many times, I alternated the stamps that were used on here. Some of them were the this design, and then the little ones on the inside were this design. So I actually stamped them so that there was multiples on the paper, so that when I wanted to put this through the Big Shot, I could actually have two framelets on here at the same time and cut my cranking in half. So that's a little bit of a tip for that. And what we need to do with the Big Shot is, when you're using the framelets, you need all of your platform closed, both tabs, a clear plate on the bottom, your piece of paper, your framelit. You could use a little sticky note to kind of hold that in place if you wanted to, if you happen to have them slide around on you. Just use a little sticky note, put it right over the top of it. You won't have it move on you. I'm just going to lay that in there. And I just carefully lay it down on top, and then it doesn't move also. I'm going to crank this through. Get it lined up in there. Crank that through. Can move my Big Shot out of the way. Won't need that anymore. And these just pop right out, so you have a perfect cut. No more fussy cutting, guys. These framelets are awesome. We have lots of different ones that match different stamp sets too, so you can really get some things, really nice things done with them. That's kind of done. Used up every bit of that piece of paper that I can. And you do need to have 3 stamped images and 1 plain one for each petal. I'm going to call them petals, or points of the star. So you do need to have, to make one little point of the star, you need to have 3 stamped images and 1 plain one. And what you're going to do, and I use Tombow, my favorite glue here, is you need to have these all folded in half. You could score them. I don't necessarily find that overly helpful. What I'll do is I will kind of pinch the bottom at the point and kind of pinch this in half, and then just kind of fold that up to the middle. Bring it down. It makes a nice little point here, because that's kind of where I forced it to fold to begin with, and work my way up and fold the little ornament top right in half. And the way these are going to go together, because you do need to make them 3-dimensional, okay, they're all going to kind of back up to each other, and that's going to make it kind of 3-dimensional. And I tend to do everything in bulk. So I'm actually going to run some glue up here, because I like to only handle my glue bottle once. Nothing on the middle one when you lay it like this. And then a little bit of glue on the side here. And spread a little bit of glue on that plain one. I'm going to match up 2 halves to where the glue is. Fold them together. You can fold it like that and fold it back and forth so you see that they're lined up. Then I'm going to take that and I'm going to slide it into the 3rd one and glue that 3rd one on there. So now you have this center one, you have one on the left and one on the right. So you actually have 3 all together. Then once I have these 3 together, I'm going to lay them down onto the plain one, and that's what's going to give it its backing. If you wanted to make this ornament more 3-dimensional, you would not use a flat one on the back, you would use 2 more of them, and then you could actually have a whole little ornament hanging here. Get that. And I like the Tombow because it does let you slide things around a little bit so that you can match these up. And then, you know, if you were to fold that center open, you can kind of push it down, and you can see that each time you open this, they're the same. So they are actually layered right on top of one another. Okay. Then I'm going to move my finished one aside, and I have parts and pieces of this already made so that we don't have a 8-hour-long video. You need to have a 2.5-inch circle on the back, and you're going to lay them all down evenly. Add a little bit of Tombow glue. Again, I'm a Tombow lover. And you're just going to evenly space those and glue the tops of them onto the pad there. See how I have them? They're almost touching each other, and I'm just gluing them into the top right there. Okay? Then this little tooling, I have 2 pieces left to put on. These are, I don't know, 4 or 5-inch pieces. And I'm going to add a dot of hot glue in there, hopefully. Come on, glue gun. And a dot of hot glue in here. And I do have it set at the cool setting so that I'm not going to burn my fingers when I touch it. And I'm just going to, from one end that's scalloped, kind of bunch it up, and I'm just going to push it into that hot glue. Our scalloped tooling comes in a bolt, and I'm just, the sides, the scallops are like this, the bolt is cut this way. And I'm just going to gather up 1/2 right here and push it into that little hot glue glob that I've got in the middle there. Nothing super fancy going on with that, just a bunch of hot glue in the middle. And then that's kind of how we're going to make this whole assembly. Now, my second layer of this ornament, I've already assembled. I did the same thing. I made all of these little points of the star. I glued them on to a 1 3/4-inch circle. And then I just added some loops of linen thread. I just used a glue dot to hold that in there. You could use the hot glue also. Then I'm going to take my hot glue gun here, and let's get just a pile of hot glue in there. Glue's almost running out. I hope I have enough. And I'm going to take that layer, and I'm going to kind of offset my ornaments here. Get that one down in there. And I'm just going to kind of stick that down in there. Hold that on there. So they kind of alternate. Get that in there. And these kind of pop up when you push on the middle like that. They kind of pop up a little bit. Okay, that in there. Set that aside. And then there's a rosette that gets made. I already have it pre-cut out. I used our rosette die. 1.5 inch piece of designer series paper. I cut it at the edge that has the points on it. Ran it through the Big Shot. And then the way these work is you fan fold them. The score lines are already there. And you're going to want to glue these 2 edges together. And Tombow glue again works the best for that. I've already done that with another piece here. And this is one of our new silicone mat. And this thing is just amazing. And I'm just going to add another little pile of hot glue in there. The glue is getting really down here, and I don't have another stick. And then you're going to pop that open, or flatten that down, and push it into that glue right on this silicone mat. Hold it for a couple of seconds here. I probably would have had this done, but I really want to show you how great this little mat is. Because it's rubber, it not only helps us get the rosette centered and not keep sliding out on us, where especially if you have bigger ones, because my hands are little and yours probably are too, it helps keep it to the center. And then as soon as this cools, and I do have another video on making the rosettes, so I'm not spending a lot of time on them because I did another whole video on that. You can find that on my YouTube channel. When this is cool, it just pops right off. Isn't that just amazing? And I'm actually going to put that on a circle. I think I grabbed a 1 1/4-inch circle just because I want to be able to handle it a little better. And I'm just going to spread a little Tombow on there, stick it down on there. It just gives me a little bit more gluing surface, I guess is what I want to call it. And when I put this one on, I did not hot glue it because it doesn't really want to sit down in there very well. So I actually used dimensionals. And I stacked up dimensionals. I just kept stacking them. Oh, got to get the little peely label off of there. I just kind of stuck that down in the middle. I think I need one more. I just kind of stacked some dimensionals just to give it a little bit of extra support. Take my Tombow glue, I ran it around the middle, and I stuck that right onto the top. Tombow glue dries pretty fast, doesn't take too long. Okay, it's stuck down in there nice and tight. I could have done the same thing on the bottom, used some dimensionals instead of hot glue or along with the hot glue, kind of give it a little bit of a reinforcement. Okay, then on top of that is just finished off with one of our clear faceted buttons. I just used the big one, and I grabbed a glue dot. This is, well, glue dots. Come on. Grabbed a glue dot. Did I get it? Yep, I did. Stuck that down in the middle. Used some of our large pearls. You can tell my package has been around for a while. Some of our large pearls. And on these, if you push on the pearl for a minute, it kind of sets the glue dot, and then you can pick it off with your tip of your little scissors here and stick that right down into the middle. And, oh, stuck to my hand. I got Tombow glue on my hand. And voila, one ornament. Now what you could do is you could punch a little hole in here and add a little bit of string so that it hangs. This is still soft, the glue's still soft, so grab my other one. So, or you could just punch a hole in the top, whichever way you want. Another nice thing about these is you can use them as Christmas package toppers. These make great bows. Think how wonderful that would look on top of a beautifully wrapped Christmas package. And you could, actually do it with a tag and actually write your to and from, stamp a nice little Christmas greeting on the back. You could stamp these so it's finished on the back also. Beautiful though. Thanks for stopping by. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. You can visit my blog at www.stampersclub.com, and all the supplies are available for you. Come on back again another day. Bye.
Hey, if you wanna play, make it a brighter place. It'll take creation, imagination. Try to draw outside the line. Let us see inside your mind. You'll find inspiration all